My name is Annalise and this is my testimony. I was a slave to fear, but now I'm set free through Jesus. I grew up knowing about God and Jesus, and I loved learning about him, but it really wasn't a deep, intimate relationship. I fell into these friendships that kind of drifted me away from the Lord and caused me to question some things. I began to struggle with severe anxiety at a young age, and it caused me to really drift away from the Lord. And during the pandemic, I ended up moving to schools away from those friends and moved to the King's Christian School. My anxiety intensified as I moved to schools. I'd have panic attacks almost every morning onto the school rides, and it would be even worse because I would be scared of throwing up. It wasn't a very good time for me. I was really anxious all the time. The anxiety led me to having the fear of throwing up called emetophobia. I ended up joining track in 2023, and I had some very bad experiences through that. I had a few bad races and saw people throw up, and it went downhill from there. I ended up not being able to run anymore, let alone do any sports or even eat. It became a real struggle, and almost every night there was panic attacks and nervous breakdowns. I didn't want to give up though. I knew I wanted to keep trying, and I knew I couldn't do it by myself, and I knew I needed somebody higher than me to help me, and I knew that person was Jesus. I fell back into a relationship with the Lord, and one of my favorite verses is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. During the track season, I decided not to give up and join cross country. I would start races but bail out crying. Although I thought people were judging me all the time for this, God always met me each time that I was struggling. During the cross country season, I would end up writing Bible verses on my hands and my legs as a reminder to trust the Lord the whole entire race. I would recite Bible verses like Romans 8:11 and Philippians 4:13, and one of my favorite sayings, faith over fear. By God's grace, I was able to finish a race after not being able to race any of the races. It was one of the most amazing times ever in my life. I started crying with joy. I knew that I couldn't deny the Lord anymore because he has proven to me and he has answered my prayers after many times. Since my last race of 2023, I haven't had an anxiety attack since then. The Lord has saved me. Whenever I get nervous or scared, I put all my trust in the Lord, knowing that he will protect me and keep me safe. In November, I went on my first missions trip to Costa Rica. I wanted to go on this missions trip because I wanted to do something for the Lord for all he has done for me. Overall, I am so glad I went through the suffering that the Lord has brought me through because it ended up allowing me to grow closer to him. I'm so glad to be able to be baptized now and have the new relationship I have with Christ and not be able to have my anxiety attacks anymore. He really brought me out of the rough places I was.